We're live. It's the Love Gurus podcast. About to answer ridiculous dating questions from the wild animals on Reddit starting right now. Take it away, Joel.
Just ask the Love Gurus.
Ask us.
To tell you what to do.
That we shall.
Listen to the Love Gurus.
Do it.
Or your life is screwed.
Oh, is it so screwed without us?
Love Gurus.
Yes, you heard the man. You heard the man. You heard the intro song. We are the Love Gurus podcast. We're live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Definitely like and subscribe. Hit that little button at the bottom there. Boom, hit it. We definitely get helped out a lot by that. If you got questions to write them to loveguruspodcast.com, or even better, ask live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Ask us in the chat. We'll read your comments. We'll read your questions. Let's introduce our guest. But first, Suzanne, how was your week?
Oh, it's been great. I learned about lanternflies and how they are terrorizing New York City, one small bug at a time. And so I feel more informed, and I am sorry that the one that flew into my apartment this week I didn't murder.
That's right. You know, and I learned about it too.
Murder
when she first told me about that, I thought lanternfly was some kind of slur for a group I didn't know. You know what I mean? And I was like, you shouldn't say that, you know? And then, but then she explained it's literal flies and they're bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's it for me. I mean, really a slow day. A slow, mushy bug day.
When you thought it was a slur, who did you think it was a slur for?
I could tell you exactly who, but then it would become a real slur. You know what I mean? Then I would put it out in the universe.
I'm trying to I'm rifling through groups of people in my mind that would be associated with good lighting.
There's a group in Egypt right now that's like, how dare he?
Yeah.
You know,
you don't talk about Bangladeshis like that, you son of a bitch. Yeah. There's somebody's pissed off over there. Yeah. But let me introduce our two awesome guests, man. First up, she's a returning guest. She's a hilarious stand-up comic, the one, the only, Rachel McCartney. Welcome back to the show.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being back. How you been? And tell them where they can find you.
You can technically find me at Rachel M. Comedy on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, but I don't post anymore, and it's a problem.
There you go.
Wait, is it a problem or just a great PR stunt? Oh, that first one is going to be like...
You have to be famous before you dramatically disappear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but when you throw a tantrum, I'm quitting the internet, and then come back, yeah. No, I think it's going to be great.
I'm a lesbian. Hannah Gadsby already did it.
Hannah Gadsby's gay?
Yeah. You got cock blocked by old Hannah there. That's rough.
She, yeah. Well, I think it's going to be great. We're all looking forward to all of our listeners. Everyone's going to follow you for that next big drop.
That's right.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And they are also going to follow our second guest, another hilarious stand-up comic, a first-time guest to the podcast, the one, the only Mr. Kendall Farrell. Thank you for being on the show.
Finally, someone famous.
That's right.
Finally, we get to the big name.
That's right. Tell them where they can find you.
Instagram at Kendall Farrell, Twitter Kendall_Farrell.
Nice.
And TikTok also Kendall Farrell.
And I think that there's multiple L's, if I'm not mistaken.
There's two L's and there's two R's, and you guys can figure out the rest of the spelling for yourselves.
Google it. You'll find him, I swear.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so that's actually a good segue, because the theme for the podcast this week is the gray area.
Yes.
All relationships have a gray area. And so these questions are addressing that. No relationship is black or white, unless it's a one-night stand. I mean, that's pretty black or white. But the longer you know someone, there's always that weird gray area where you don't know who's right and you don't know who's wrong.
Absolutely. And also wanted to give a quick shout-out before we take our first question to the chat, man. Thank you to Matt. Thank you to Joel. Thank you to Eugene.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you to producer Amy for being here already, man. We're starting off.
Loving it.
Pretty close to on time tonight, so I was pretty happy about that. But I'm also very happy about our first question. Let's take our first question from the wild animals on Reddit. People, if you've got questions to write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, give it to us live right here on the show, right there in the chat. We're live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Give us your questions. Give us your comments. Let's take the first one from the wild animals on Reddit.
First question. My boyfriend claims that a cruise is cheating. My boyfriend is 34 and I'm 31, and we've been dating for 3 years, and we do not live together. My friend is turning 40 and has always been really into cruises and wanted to do one for her birthday, so she asked me to go. Since I have yet to go on one, I agreed and invited my sister, who is also friends with her. My friend then invited a slew of her other friends, and now there's a whole bunch of us going on this cruise.
Not a slew of them.
My friend is single and my sister is married, but my boyfriend claims that me going on a cruise with all these other women, even if it's not cheating physically, it's still cheating.
Wow.
The girls are all sharing a room together, and my boyfriend...
Even Mormon Utah is not that strict on cheating. Like, this is fucking wild.
My boyfriend made no remarks toward the trip until he invited me to a wedding 2 weeks before. I reminded him the entire group is supposed to meet for the first time that evening that he was inviting me, and that I'd be happy to reschedule to accompany him. He got angry and took the invitation back, saying that he wouldn't have me representing him at a wedding when I'm doing things like going on a cruise. Am I the crazy one here?
This is so much to unpack. Thank you for whoever this is for providing so much background information.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was so thorough.
Yeah.
That was wild.
First of all, I think it's embarrassing to feel some sort of burning jealousy over not being invited on a cruise.
Right. Many
Have you
people would
guys-
pay good money to be on dry land.
Yeah,
without a fucking
yeah.
cruise.
Like, have you guys cruised before?
It's
I
pretty
have.
rough,
I
yeah.
did once, and it was I only did it one time, and it was when I was like 20 and a half. I was months away from turning 21, so I
Yeah.
couldn't drink on this cruise. But that was probably for the better.
Cruise is basically, I mean, if it makes this guy feel better, like a cruise is basically just like a basketball court that somebody put a soft serve ice cream machine on,
Right.
and then pushed out to sea.
Yeah, it's pretty trash, man. I went on one when I was a kid once. I was like 12. And
That's the time to do it.
Honestly, no, man, because it was just booze and gambling on the cruise ship, and I couldn't do any of those things. Like my dad let us play some of the slot machines because kids couldn't go in the casino, but there was also slot machines outside near the casino, and kids could be at those slot machines. I don't know maritime rules with gambling.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
international waters.
Yeah,
Right.
and so I got to pull the thing every now and then until my dad was like, well, we've lost too much money at slots. Let's fucking quit doing this, you know? And then it's like, all right, well, I guess we'll just stare at water and get sunburned for a while. Which, hey, man, I was from Iowa. Like, it was the first time I'd see the ocean. It was pretty fucking cool for about the first hour. And then I'm like, wow, these blue waves just do the same fucking thing.
I feel like
over
your
and over
dad
again.
did that as a move to make you guys never want to travel again. Had he taken you on some like really nice, like dope beach tour, beach vacation, you guys would have been like, oh, Dad, when are we going to go on the beach vacation again?
Well,
but
no,
he took
we
you
did,
on this
though.
cruise that you guys knew was so shitty. You then went back to Iowa and were like, we never need to see the ocean again.
And that's a damn good plan. It would be something my dad would do. However, we did end up doing cool shit after the cruise. Like, we went to the Bahamas. This is a one big vacation we took.
wow.
Most of the time when we take vacations, it's to just different Six Flags around the state of Iowa.
Sure.
And he would always stop at a casino because he was like a degenerate gambler, and he had like a little van that had a VCR and a TV in it. So we would just sit out in the parking lot of the casino for hours like little white trash gambler kids, and we would watch the Ninja Turtles, and he would give us a pizza while he went in there and just gambled our future inheritance money. If there was any of that ever, he was gambling it away on slot machines.
But there's as long as you guys had air conditioning or the windows rolled down, there's a part of it that's like, yeah, you guys are all just doing what you want to do as a family.
Right, and I agree
You
with
guys
that.
are happy. He's happy. What's wrong?
And I told those fucking dicks at CPS the same thing. All right, they can go take themselves away. You know.
I'm deeply curious about like what this person's experience with cruising is that they would associate going on a cruise with having sex at all.
They
Right.
heard the gay,
let alone
they heard
like
the gay men
let
cruise
alone-
in parks.
I know.
That's what happened.
Oh.
They're confusing it with the movie with Al Pacino from the 80s. And he's
Yeah,
like,
I know.
what? Bunch of doms with leather on. No. It's like,
I-
no, it's fat people on a boat. It's the opposite.
I
of
was
that.
like, why does she like automatically think she's gonna cheat on a cruise? Is she wearing like a T-shirt that says like "What happens on this cruise stays on this cruise"? Like,
I guess,
I
yeah,
don't know.
that's what I am curious about. If any, if either of you, since obviously Jake was 12, if you guys have been on a cruise as an adult, and if so, then what's your experience? I mean, yeah, is it
If
like
you've
hookup
seen like
culture?
the food on a cruise, like if you see the buffet, you're like, no one could possibly be having sex after eating this.
Right. And if they do, that room's going to smell awful.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to
yeah.
look like a crime scene happened in
And
there.
those windows don't open.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way to ventilate.
Yeah.
That's where COVID was really started. man.
Rachel, have you ever cruised on a cruise ship?
No,
Oh, okay. Well,
Have you ever
that sounds
cruised
like a
in a
wise.
park?
absolutely not.
Absolutely
I mean,
not.
it can't be. It
Although-
can't be any worse than a park. I say go with
You're
the
not
park.
just like standing in Tompkins Square Park, just sort of like pointing towards your pussy. Like,
All right, I got a new cruise. It's called the Cruise and Cruise. We recreate the Central Park rambles, surrounded, but like in a boat, and that's the move. It's like a theme.
Cruise squared.
That's cute. Yeah.
I did read on Twitter a while ago that lesbians used to cruise in Jacob Riis Park.
Really?
And what they would do is they'd have like a giant shopping bag and they would put it in front of the toilet and have like the femmes stand in the shopping bag. That way cops would only see one set of legs.
That's hilarious that
wow.
lesbians would cruise around a place that
Oh.
already has so many clamshells.
There we go.
You guys ever just like blown away by your own genius sometimes?
It's pretty awesome. I love the fooling the cops with the one set of legs thing.
Yeah.
And what sorry ass cop is it? I mean, it's like, how many jobs have you fucked up as a cop before it's like, all right, Frank,
they-
you're not even doing speeding tickets. You're gonna make sure
You're on Dyke
lesbians
Patrol.
aren't having- yeah.
Well, yeah. Your
Gotta go-
job is to go and catch people having sex in the park.
I know.
Fuck's
You need to go
sake.
stop lesbian sex.
Yeah.
Does it matter if you fail? No. That's why we're sending you, our shittiest
Your
cop,
job
Frank.
is to go stop consensual sex.
The lowest ranking officer always gets put on Dyke Patrol.
I would say probably highest ranking officer.
Oh yeah,
Honestly.
yeah. If it's
There's
if
one lady
if
with
it's
a crew
John
cut that keeps falling
Strauss,
back.
he's the one that. Yeah, I see. what you're
You
saying.
solved
Yeah,
a
you're
murder,
probably
you get a week
right.
of Dyke Patrol.
Yeah, Rachel, you're right.
What park
Yeah.
was it? Is it the one that's by Dykeman Street? Because that seems like it would be a no-brainer, right? The Inwood Park.
It was Jacob Riis Park.
Jacob,
Wait,
where is
how
that?
did the
I don't even
cops
where
Beach,
know
rather.
from?
Oh, it's
How
the
did the cops know from just the footprints though that it was two women?
Well, I mean, straight people don't typically fuck in bathrooms because
Oh.
they can like have an apartment together in a life.
I
Yeah.
know very little about straight culture. So I,
Well, I will say, as a straight person, some of the best and worst sex I've ever had
I was
in
gonna
public
say
bathrooms.
it.
It's pretty wild.
It would
see,
seem
I've
like
never had
based-
sex in a public. Actually, that's
It would
not
seem
true.
based on like feet placement, like where the toes are pointed that they could work it out, but that's not universally true.
I do like.
Wait, go on. I think you're hinting at something that I'm not fully sure what you're saying.
Like if
Sure.
toes are pointed towards each other. Well, no, I don't know.
But I think because it's the femme
can
that
still
goes
be a
in the shopping
blowjob.
bag. It's the femme that goes in the shopping bag. So I think you could be probably having your feet looking like it's doing normal bathroom stuff, and then like because it's got to be the femme that's getting in crazy positions. You just gotta you're just using like mouths, hands, whatever you brought in there.
You said the femme so confidently. How much lesbian porn are you watching?
I said it first, so let's just
Yeah.
give him points for paying deep attention when women talk.
it's really I'm more of a hack because I just stole stuff that Rachel said. And
Jake is
I don't
Jake
really
is
know
like
what that
Jake
is,
is
to be
like the
honest.
Jake was given the
he's-
choice of being either a pervert or a hack, and he made his choice.
That's right. Little
Jake is-
column A, little column B. That's what I went with.
I was just gonna say Jake is like the pervert of the lesbian community. They just say words, and he's like femme.
Yeah,
Femme!
they're like we don't really like him, but he.
You think lesbians
signs up
can't
for all the
get
pay
our own
sites.
perverts?
No, parrot. Oh, but I guess.
I literally heard pervert.
I heard pervert.
I
too.
said
I heard pervert.
parrot, right?
Well, I'm deaf as hell,
Oh.
so who knows? But I heard pervert.
I'm
was
not
thinking-
deaf as hell,
Also,
but I am
yeah.
dumb as hell. So
Oh,
I
okay.
might have just
I
straight
think
up mixed
Rachel.
that up.
I think
maybe
Rachel
so.
heard what she wanted to hear.
And then I like a hack stole what she heard and heard
Yeah.
the same thing.
But yeah, so I think so yeah, to continue to unpack this question, yeah, as we said, it's he is saying, okay, his girlfriend is going on this cruise with all of these other people. It's like a big friends cruise, and he's saying, oh, you're definitely gonna cheat. It's
Is there like a history of cheating on his part or hers? Like, because
I
either
mean-
he's projecting,
yeah,
or
he's also been on a cruise,
or she's a whore. It just we don't know.
And that's a fair point, and I do like to point this out at least once a podcast. When in doubt, I like to err against the people writing the questions. 2 reasons: A, they're on Reddit and they're animals. B, this is a question that is a source by, for, and about them. It's their personal Fox News, their personal MSNBC, their personal North Korean state-run news. If they inherited the whole country. So if there is a big detail that seems to be missing, I have to think that it would make them look bad. It didn't seem like there was a glaring lack of detail, but like if she did say cheat on him in the past and that's the reason, she probably wouldn't have put it in there. So that's a fair question.
All right, wait. I just came up with the best advice for this person. Okay.
love it.
Let her go on the trip. Encourage her to go on the trip, and then you cheat while she's gone.
Oh, that's the move. Yeah.
and
Wait,
if you call her every day and be like, "Are you cheating? Are you cheating? Are you cheating?" She's never gonna suspect that
That's
you were
right.
cheating.
That's
Yeah.
sneaky. That's
Oh, you
sneaky.
were gone.
That's not a rook. That's not a bishop. That's that knight that does that crazy L jumping thing.
Exactly.
She ain't seeing that shit
This
coming.
is an L jump attack,
But-
as they say.
I
That's
think
right.
I think there's definitely some. Yeah, no, I think that there's a lot of merit to that because clearly the boyfriend is jealous. He's jealous, and because he didn't get invited to this cruise, obviously, and
On this
so-
girls' trip.
Yeah, so if he's not, if he
What the
doesn't
fuck
get,
was he gonna do there? Yeah, I didn't even think about that till now.
I know. That'd be
He's-
fun if he came and just like
he's
did
just-
like a duct tape
he's just
tuck the
gonna
whole time.
he's gonna go along and wear like Old
Like a Robin
Spice.
Williams movie from
Yeah,
the
he's
90s.
just gonna wear like button-down shirts and
He was
Old
like
Spice
birdcaged
cologne.
himself.
Sat there and birdcage himself.
But can you
That is
imagine?
the best
Can
one.
you imagine? You're a woman. You're on a girls' trip with friends of yours. Like, yeah, we're gonna go cruising, and then one of you, she said slew. She said slew. That means that there's got to be at least 4 or 5 of them, and that's on the low end. She said whole slew of
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
So there's a whole slew of you and your girlfriends, and you're gonna have a good girls' trip, and it's gonna be fucking great. And then like Brittany brings her fucking dumbass husband Rob, and it's like, what the fuck is Rob doing here with the slew of us? This is bullshit.
I know, yeah. Rob's always there for the free ride.
Goddamn
Yeah.
right. The only reason it would make sense is if the slew of them slew Rob. If they murdered him Wickerman style. If he was the shittiest boyfriend and they put him in one of those
I
little
think
stick things
maybe
and lit
this
him on
guy is
fire.
also like maybe like he wants to go on this trip so badly, but he's maybe not thinking through what activities are going to be happening on this trip.
Right.
Yeah,
You know, like
And-
with-
I think he's thinking it through.
But like it sounds like it's like a bachelorette weekend or whatever, right? Like,
Yeah,
Something.
it definitely has those
Yeah.
vibes. Yeah, and so he.
I mean, Rachel, do you think like what?
Yeah, what do you think,
do you
Rachel?
think he's gonna enjoy doing like bachelorette party activities? There's gonna be like penis-shaped straws at this event,
Oh my god, penis-shaped
and
straws.
he's not. I can tell that he's not gonna be into the dicky sippies.
No, he's not. And you know who's into Dicky Sippies even less? The poor turtle that gets one of those things lodged in its face because they're plastic and non-biodegradable.
and then all of his turtle friends call him a whore because he's got a dick
Yeah.
in his mouth.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, that's sad.
Bro, you're choking on the you're choking on the dick straw,
you
bro.
fucking slut, Marvin.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just sucking on those dicks all day long? No, it's stuck in my nose.
That's right, bachelorette parties, ladies, biodegradable dick straws. You don't want a turtle getting fucked to death by one of those things in the Pacific.
Oh,
That's right.
So sad. But yeah, so Rachel, you think that he's thinking it through? Do you think that he should fight for his spot on the cruise, or do you think that
I think he should force himself along and then throw himself off the boat.
Walk the plank, you piece of shit.
I mean, that's the best way to make the weekend about you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, that thought as you're plummeting 200 feet or whatever to the water, you're going to be like, it's all about me. Like,
Yep.
that's, I mean, at least
Yeah.
a somewhat comforting thought.
I think
like
this
that.
guy should be less controlling. and find like a puzzle to do for a week.
I think you should be more controlling and meet a woman with no friends.
Oh, that's
Yes!
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
If that's
had
what
no
you want,
friends.
you know,
This
find,
guy's taking the place of all my friends. This is
Find-
great.
yeah, find
Find
a
like
woman
an-
who's like drooling and picking her nose in the corner. She has
Yeah.
no friends.
Well,
Fuck her.
I was gonna say an accountant that's new in town, but your way's
go.
good too.
Dude,
That's new in town. That is also a sick burn.
it is. Find yourself that weird accountant. That's
Yeah.
what you need.
So my final advice for this person is: listen, it's you're shaming your partner by saying that she's going on a cruise. You're trying to power play this situation, but
You want to
it's-
go on a cruise with
Yeah,
your friends?
yeah.
Like a whore?
Yeah, think about how that makes you look.
yeah.
I think that's what he should just get it. My
But-
final advice is he needs to get a chalkboard, write on it, think about how this makes you look, and then he reads that to himself every day in the morning.
Oh yeah,
That's
like
it.
Bart Simpson at the beginning of the thing.
Oh, yeah,
I'm a
I
piece
will
of
not-
shit because I don't trust my girlfriend on cruises.
Yeah.
That kind of
Very
thing. But
similar.
correct me if I'm wrong though. Wasn't it the girlfriend that wrote the question?
Yeah.
So, but do we have any advice for her?
No, you do. My advice for her is you do you.
Yeah.
You go on this girls trip, and then also think about what this makes you look like.
Yeah, there you go. It's maybe she could write on the blackboard, like, hey, think about how this makes you look, and then could leave it in the living room to where after she leaves, he gets to wake up and just look at 100 of those. You know, just boom, think
It
about
seems
it.
like we're kind of unanimous. Like, fuck this guy, go on the cruise.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
He sucks, and I really hate to err. I hate to side with the person writing the question, you know, but like, I'm looking for a way against her, and I can't find it. Like, this guy sucks, and in fact, not only do I think that she should do her, I think she should do somebody else on that cruise.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think she should cheat on this guy and then fucking call him during it and be like, I don't even know this guy's name. I'm just gonna call him self-fulfilling prophecy. How about that? That's what I'm doing right
I think
now.
that all of these other friends that are going on the cruise, this sounds ripe for opportunity in the correct direction. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, this guy sucks, man. This guy sucks. Oh, Tyler on YouTube says, hello, everybody. Finally able to watch the show again. Oh, welcome.
Hi,
welcome.
Tyler. Good to see you.
He says, I think he is jealous that she's going on a cruise with her girlfriends and he can't go. Yeah, he probably doesn't have fucking friends,
Yeah.
man. Like, that to me seems like he's jealous of her having a good time and is trying to think, well, what could I possibly throw to make her not go or make it seem like she's wrong? Oh, that she's cheating, because that's what you do in a relationship that's fucked up. But he's grasping for straws because it doesn't seem like this leads to cheating.
All right, I have advice for the question asker.
Yes.
Which is introduce your boyfriend to video games.
Oh, yeah. Some
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 4 or whatever the fuck
He
that
may not
is.
even notice you're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's funny that you say that, Rachel, because there was one question when I was going through trying to find the questions for this podcast, and one of them was this guy, he didn't understand why his wife was mad at him, and then he explained what happened over the weekend, and he got a new video game. I can't even remember the name. And all of a sudden it was 4 a.m. and I had to go to bed because I had to go to work, and now I don't know why my wife is mad at me. Yeah, because you're a fucking loser. Like, just playing video games all weekend.
She's dating a grown child. You're like
Yeah.
a Will Ferrell character come to life. Matt on YouTube says, once you get the cruise into international waters, abortion half off. That's right. We never talk about the good things about international waters.
Oh, is that like because the doctors on board of the cruise ship are so bored? They're like,
Yeah.
I guess I'll do a few abortions while I'm
Well,
I'm so bored.
It's also cheaper because out there you can perform them with the hook. Yar. Joel on YouTube says,
I do love the idea of somebody who's like bargain hunting for a cheap abortion.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
also just very cheap disposal.
There's just like a never mind. That's disgusting.
That's right. You got to chum them waters. It's good for the environment. Joel on YouTube says, is a marriage license void in international waters? Asking for a friend. Goddamn right. Another good thing about
question.
international waters. You know, we only hear about the pirates, the Scientologists, the Bermuda Triangle. Like there's a lot of fun to be had on the international waters. Like this lady's gonna cheat on her husband. It's gonna be great.
I think that's a great question because most states are like no fault states now when it comes to divorce. However, before, when there was fault and you would to get a divorce, or you would say, oh well, it's because he cheated.
Yeah.
If he comes back and is like, well, I cheated in Chile, the judge is like, well, your marriage has no jurisdiction in Chile.
Right.
You guys actually weren't married then. I can't grant you the divorce.
Yeah.
Like
we
what?
can't extradite the whore that blew this guy in Chile.
Oh, wow. Oh, that sucks.
How do you pronounce whore?
Sorry, this was a Chilean whore. So it's sure. I'm a learned man. I'm well traveled.
Yeah. I think that's great. Any other final advice to this question, or should we move on?
Just cheat on him, maybe get him on that cruise, murder him on international waters, Captain Sully style.
Cheat before you leave.
Yeah.
Just cheat on land.
Oh, boom.
All right.
Yeah, don't even wait for the cruise.
That's a great
You
idea.
cheat on dry
Yeah.
land. You leave a photo of it, and you're like, I see. I don't need to be in the goddamn Bahamas to do this. I hate you here, Frank. I
Yeah.
hate you right here.
Get the easy one out before you have. You don't want to ruin your cruise with like, oh God, which one am I going to cheat with? Just get it out of your system.
Yeah. Because as we said before, not a whole lot of good-looking people on most cruises. I hate to tell you, you're gonna find better dick on dry land. I swear to God.
Yeah. Great.
I am like a cruise 9.7. All right, it's fucking rough out there. It's rough out there.
Perfect. I think we answered that question. I think we should move on to our next question.
Next question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, write your questions into loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com. Or even better, watch live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Give us your questions. Give us your comments right there in the chat. We're going to take another one from the wild animals on Reddit.
Next question. An issue from 15 years ago. My wife is 46 and I'm 45, and we've been married for 15 years. Overall, it's been a great relationship, and I don't really have any reason to doubt her love or dedication. So for about the past 9 months prior to us getting married, she had gone to her family's up north for Thanksgiving weekend. She communicated less than normal during that time, and upon return, she acted strange. Neither of these matched her normal mode of behavior. I was in the bathroom and she got out of the shower, and I instantly noticed that she had trimmed in the pubic area.
Oh, not the pubic area. I've heard of that.
To a level I'd never seen before.
She normally hits it with like a 3, but this thing, that was maybe like 1, 2, something. Slow.
I haven't seen that level since. She instantly turned away in an attempt to avoid me seeing. Obviously, this ruffled my feathers a bit. Looking at her bag, I saw that she had tossed in the bedroom, and in her bag I found a thong. While she did own a thong, she knew that I knew she would never wear it. I was shell-shocked and I didn't know what to do. A few weeks go by and the cell phone bill comes. I checked and noticed that the entire night that she was gone, almost the whole time, her siblings were texting and calling her to no answer. That was enough. I confronted her on this, and she told me that she and her friends were hanging out, and she just wanted to feel sexy. I took it as a mini bachelorette party because, again, we were engaged at the time. She did admit that she had run into a guy from her hometown and that they did talk all night. While we were discussing it, she told me that she had lied about hanging out with friends, and then she called this male friend from her hometown and he drove up. She claimed that nothing happened and we still got married. Again,
you dumbass.
Pretty much happily married for 15 years now.
Oh, shit.
But I cannot get this off my mind. She claims to basically not recall anything from this trip home or that time. And at this point, I'm sure I really don't care about the physical encounter, but it's more of like, I just want her to cop to it. So, should I suck it up, or should I get her to admit what she really did?
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
This is the
Yeah.
Cruz boyfriend's origin story.
Wait, no, this is 15 years afterwards. Isn't this like the ghost of cruise ship future for this guy? He's like, they've been married for 15 years.
Time is irrelevant in this superhero
Yes,
story. Yeah,
yes.
no, that makes that all checks out.
If that guy ends up being this lame, he's gonna end up being this guy, and this guy fucking blows, dude.
So yeah, sorry, it's a little, but I mean, we get the gist of the question, right? So let me just give you a quick recap. So what happened is this person has been married for 15 years, and before they got married, Thanksgiving weekend, she goes out on the town with her friends. She comes home. The pubes is shaved to a level he's never seen.
Wait,
And-
I thought he said that he caught her shaving her pubes or something.
No, she got out of the shower
Oh.
and they were shaved.
Oh.
They had,
okay.
so
I was confused.
I
Yeah.
so want to know what the pubes look like. We talking landing strip?
So
we talking one of those little V things? What's going
so
on?
he notices that her pubes are shaved, and what? Thong in her purse.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, dude, she definitely fucking.
Yeah,
Scott.
this,
What
this
a
girl is
slut!
so fucking.
What a
Yeah,
slut!
she's so fucking busted.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So-
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but it was like
She-
15 years ago, so it's like it's kind of past the statute of limitations
Yeah.
at this point, dude. Like,
did they
it
even
was
make
before you got
thongs
married?
in
Like,
2008? Did that happen?
yeah, but they chafed a lot. You know what I mean? They weren't the most comfortable.
Yeah.
As far as like forcing someone to tell the truth about like if they don't want to, like I can't help you with that. Like maybe reach out to like Dick Cheney or
Yeah, absolutely. You need to call Dick Cheney because she will need to be waterboarded
With
at this
that
point.
thong.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's gonna have to have Dick Cheney tying the thong over her face and pouring water over it before she's gonna be dumb enough to cop to this after 15 years. You already believed her bullshit 15 years ago.
No, he
She
didn't.
knows he can. I mean,
He just didn't want to leave.
Yeah, but either way, as far as she's concerned, he believed her. So there's no way she's copping to it now. She's going to be like, I already convinced this fucking moron of this 15 years ago. I'm not admitting to this now. Otherwise,
I mean,
I'm going to have to do butt
be-
stuff
To
like
me,
something's going to happen.
to me, she's essentially OJ. She's essentially writing the book. If I did it,
Yeah.
this is how I
Yeah.
would have done it.
If
like,
I fucked a guy
she
named
got,
if I did it.
she
I
got,
did him is
she
the
got
name of
away
her
with
book.
it. She got away with it. She's on Twitter now talking about fucking ridiculous fantasy football shit. It's like she
Yep.
got away with it.
I
Like,
think
her
Yeah.
question starts, hello, Twitter world.
I think that he should shave all his pubes and start wearing a thong and see how she likes it.
That's right.
Whoa!
That's
Great.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
right. You fight
And then if
Clippers
she
with
asks
Clippers,
any
sir.
questions, just be like, "What? I was out with my friends. I don't know why you're being
Yeah.
so weird about this."
Yeah. Well,
That's the move, man.
To me, I think that there's obviously, as there always is, there's a deeper issue here, and it's that he's 45. They've been married for 15 years. He's at
Long time.
the beginning of his midlife crisis, and he's now like, going through the haystack looking for reasons to divorce her, and he's like, oh yeah, that time 15
Yep.
years ago when you had a thong on. I'm fucking pissed about that. It's like, what the fuck
Yeah.
are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh,
It's like-
this was 15 years ago.
15
Yeah,
years ago.
15.
Yeah,
One
they've been
five.
married for 15
1
years.
5.
They've been married
Like,
for 15 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's
like,
been holding on to this for 15 years.
15
A decade and a
Wouldn't
half, dude.
you?
But yeah, I think that he's going through a midlife crisis. He wants to divorce her for other reasons. But
Yeah,
there
why
isn't
is it like an issue
a
now
low-hanging
all of a sudden?
fruit that
Right.
he can pick from. So now he's gonna say, "Oh, remember when you were a whore and shaved your pubes and wore a thong 15 years ago?" Like that's what I think he's grasping towards on.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a good theory because what he's saying is, I'm not mad that you cheated. It's the principle.
Right.
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean?
You only
Yeah.
care about the principle and honesty when you are ready for a divorce.
That's right. That's right. And even in a divorce court,
when you're deciding how the 401k is gonna
right.
get split.
There is not a divorce judge, jury, whatever the fuck, that's going to award this guy anything based off, oh, she cheated on me, Your Honor. No, not recently. Before we were married. How long have we been married? How many months? What's 15 times 12 months? Like, what the... Dude, it's so long ago. You're not getting shit in a divorce from that. So, It's too long. It's too long.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Hey, dude, you got 15 wasted years though.
Yeah. It's, when you're at the bar with, whatever person you meet on, Bumble or whatever, it's, oh my God, I wasted 15 years. I mean, yeah. Mad sympathy points. Like, you're gonna get some oral. Like,
You
100%.
did, yes. I think he could get oral. I think if he played his cards right, because there was something very telling in the beginning of that question where he goes, "Oh, the fucking weird autistic-y, like, oh, she owns a thong but would never wear it." Like, what are you talking about? How boring are you? Like, that's a boring dude statement to make. You're a boring dude. You have weird, boring sex. We're talking missionary with the lights on, eye contact the whole time, pictures of Jesus and family in the background.
Just
There's
saying.
nothing fucking hot going on here. So what you need to do is you need to spice it up a bit, man. That's why it wasn't about the other guy. She wanted to fuck any guy that wasn't you. You're kind of boring, dude. You need to unboring your life.
Yeah.
The thought that someone would have a thong and not wear it is crazy.
It's weird, right?
It's crazy to me. Like,
Is
what
it
is
like
this,
behind glass, break in case of emergency?
Yeah, break in case of emergency.
Guy from your
It's
hometown
like-
calls.
He's like, I would never wear it. It's just about knowing that it's here. It makes me feel safer.
Yeah. It's like Christmas comes around and it like holds up ornaments. Like,
Her like emotional support
Yeah.
G-string that she always keeps
or
close.
what if it's what if there's those people that they like never change their underwear and like their underwear wears away so much it turns into a thong, and all of a sudden one day he's like, "You whore, you have a thong," and she's like, "Oh my God, I didn't know it was a thong."
Yeah.
I'm
Are
not
you
a
wearing it
whore,
on
I'm
the
just
Sabbath?
dirty.
I just like dirty things.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should buy her a thong, man. Buy her
okay.
a thong, get some sex toys, and, like, get fucking crazy.
Now that I know, I thought they had bent, like, this was something current. Like, if he's dredging up some shit from 15 years ago, now
Yeah.
I, like, doubt his account. Because
Oh.
over 15 years
eyewitness
ago,
testimony
like,
is not
yeah,
reliable.
Yep.
I don't
Especially that long,
know.
and
I don't know.
again, this is source by
Also,
four
like
about
15 years ago, I bet she was probably like shaving more regularly and wearing thongs more
Right.
regularly. 'Cause
Right.
She was 15 years younger.
them.
I feel like if he was going to make stuff up, he would have made up something better than she shaved her pubes closer than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't even
Closer
shave them,
than
just trimmed them
usual.
slightly different. Yeah.
Because I could understand, like, and also, like, sorry, you so well, like, you're down there with the freaking ruler, like, measuring. It's like, if it's like a huge bush versus bald,
Right.
people could normally tell that. But if it's like a little bit, I don't know. To me, that just sounds like
Yeah, what are you, a fucking barber?
Yeah.
What are you, a Brazilian waxer? What is this shit? How can you tell the different levels on the clipper setting, sir? That's ridiculous. Your eyesight is commendable.
by the refraction of the dewdrops on the pubic hair, Your
Your
Honor.
Honor, let the record show.
He's like describing it like a golf course. He's like, this wasn't lawn, this was green sand.
This is the rough.
This was this was almost looked like a damn sand trap.
Dude, I hope his divorce lawyer brings in specialists. I hope they're bringing in barbers and Brazilian waxers and guys that tend courses
Yeah.
on golf. Like, I hope it's a whole thing. I hope he grills her like Tom Cruise at the end of A Few Good Men on the stand.
Yeah.
You used a number 2 on the Clippers. Tell me you used a number 2 on the Clippers. I hope he just really gets at her.
Okay. Let's go to final advice for this question. So my final advice for this person is: listen, it's okay to just say I want to get divorced. It's
Yes.
okay. You don't have to have some smoking gun. You don't have to have a bloody glove. You can just say, I want to get divorced, and people are going to get behind you. Not all relationships work out, and that's fine. So to drudge up this stuff from 15 years ago, if your intention to do so is to look like the better person, you're looking crazy.
Yeah,
you
if the-
look
It's
pretty
crazy.
wild.
If the worst part about your relationship is some shit that happened 15 years ago, like,
you
you
wanna
have
be
a good
married.
relationship.
Yeah,
Exactly. This is a very glasses half
You guys
full
probably
kind of
have one of
problem.
those like really like expensive refrigerators that tells you when you're almost out of milk. Like you kind of probably don't have any problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either
What are the-
find a more recent problem or move on.
Yeah.
100%.
Excellent.
man.
Yeah. What other final advice do we have for this person?
I feel like there's no real advice for this person because they're
Because it's not a real problem.
he's about to get a divorce. Good luck to you. But
Yeah.
everyone else, if you think your fiance cheated on you, never forgive.
Never forgive. Never forget. Okay.
Or
Bury
just-
the anger, okay?
Yeah.
Let it grow
Bury
inside
it.
of you for 15
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And then when the moment is right,
Think about
and
that when you're
somebody's
putting on.
asking for questions on a podcast, that's your moment
Yeah.
to shine.
Yeah, or like, if you were this concerned about it, why'd you marry her, you dumb fuck? This happened before you were tied in money-wise.
This-
You could have ended this quick and for free like a Band-Aid, you know? Just rip it off.
I mean, he's like, I think you cheated. What I'm going to do to get back at you is give you 15 of the best years of my life.
But here's the flip side. My life fucking blows because I'm boring. And I'm with one thong lady who doesn't wear it. You know what I mean? So it's. I have to think that he has something to do with the whole one thong that she never wears. It was too weird a thing just to throw out there like that's normal.
Also,
So-
if your wife only has one thong, like, buy her more thongs. Like,
Yeah.
What's
That's
the
what I'm saying.
problem?
Spice up your fucking love life. That's my advice to this guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he should get a divorce, man. I think he's having a midlife crisis. I think he's kind of freaking out, wondering what could have been. And again, his side of the story is he's kind of trying to turn us against this lady, and he doesn't have a whole fuck of a lot. Did she cheat on him? Yeah. But like we said, if my wife would have cheated on me right before we got married, when the fucking priest would have been like, "Hey Jake, do you take her to be your blah blah blah?" I would have been like, "No, dude, she cheated on me. I'm not doing this. You know, I'm bouncing right here at the altar. You should look at her pussy hair, Reverend. Look at it. It's not the same
Yeah.
kind.
Amy,
as
do
it
you
is."
hear that?
Yeah, I mean, I never would have let this slide early on, but you did, and now it's 15 years in, and somehow miraculously, she hasn't cheated on you in 15 years, even though I think she should have. If she was the one writing in, my advice to her would be to cheat on you. You kind of seem like a fucking boring stick in the mud. I would
Well,
fuck any
yeah.
dude that wasn't you if I was your wife.
Yeah, she seems fine.
But for some reason, she's not. As an atheist, I barely ever say this. I think she was sent by God to be a wife for your boring ass.
Yeah.
And you're throwing her out for something 15 years ago, which again, I blame you. I blame you for because of that crazy thong statement. So I think you need to spice it up. You need to go get her some thongs. Get some sex toys. I'm talking dildos. I'm talking cock rings. I'm talking the vibrating ones. Like it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Get the rabbits. Get the dolphins. Get all that stuff, man.
It won't help, but do it.
Awesome. I think we answered that question. Let's move on to the next question.
Yes, absolutely. Next question on Love Gurus Podcast. People write your questions here to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com. We're going to take another one from the wild animals on Reddit.
Next question. Husband refuses to give up his gym girlfriend. I'm 38 and my husband's 43. On Father's Day, I noticed that my husband was texting and smiling with someone, ignoring and not seeing me when I invited him to the table for breakfast. I got closer so that he noticed me and saw that he was texting to an unknown woman. I didn't bring it up besides asking, "Oh, who is that?" since my mom was in town visiting. When I mentioned it later, I said that I didn't know making friends of the opposite. I said I didn't know making friends of the opposite sex was anything wrong, but when I pressed further, he mentioned that he's been working out with a woman at his gym. He ended up admitting that he didn't tell me about her because he knew I'd be mad. Moreover, that he'd been working out and that he'd be working out with whomever he wants. Fast forward, several one-sided, vulnerable conversations later, I told him I was feeling sick and I finally laid it out. I didn't give him an ultimatum. I just told him that I couldn't sleep and I feel heartbroken that he's constantly texting and working out with this woman and he doesn't care that it bothers me. I told him that I can't imagine continuing our relationship feeling like this is what he needs and not me. Am I being crazy or should I leave? And
Wow.
also, just this one thing I think is important. Normally, when they give the updates, it's just a bunch of bullshit, like defending themselves.
Okay.
What she does give in the updates is that her husband is into bodybuilding. So I think that that's important. Like, this is like his. He's not just like going onto the treadmill for 20 minutes like he's
Yeah.
like a serious bodybuilder.
See,
All right, so I wonder how this person would feel about like Jonah Hill's girlfriend surfing with other men. 'Cause this is
right?
kind of the inverse of
It's
that.
kind of
the
Like,
same thing. not.
He's a professional bodybuilder. Like he's at the gym all the time. Like unless he's going to some men's only gym.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I would say working out at the gym with a woman is a little bit, A, more intimate, B, a little weirder than surfing. Because surfing is, you're kind of on the board, you're doing your own thing a bit. And this is, why... if
I mean,
you're a
are they
dude-
doing couples workouts at the gym, or
Well,
are they
yeah,
just
that's
in
weird.
a gym
That's weird.
together?
You don't
I
normally
don't think
see
she's
workout
like
partners that are
sticking
different
her
genders. Like,
finger
it's
up
weird.
his butt so he can squat better. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I think it's you
clearly don't
again,
work out at my gym.
The reason why I brought up the bodybuilding thing is because those people are crazy. I mean,
They're nuts.
they're very crazy. They are all about the fitness. And so if there's a person that is helping motivate them
And
through-
giving them an extra shot of protein.
I did it so
You know,
she could bench more, bro.
I'm
it
just
was
saying-
for the gains. It
I'm
wasn't
saying
about
there's
sex.
I'm saying there is an argument that it could be completely platonic, and the husband is using this as a test for the marriage of like either you trust me or you don't. Like, did you get into this, or are you just going to be a dowdy pants?
I think it is probably completely platonic. That said, I think that A, it has a chance that it's not, or it's not going to stay that way. And B, it's one of those things to where if it is completely platonic even, it's still weird enough that you should know your wife had a problem with it. And this guy does know that. That's why she had to like find it out from digging and stuff. And he didn't just mention like, oh, me and Jim Linda were,
I mean,
were
I just
doing
think that, like if
leg
this
days
guy
today.
wanted to be with this like gym slut, like he would just dump her and go be with the gym slut. Like, what's stopping him from doing that? But he's not. He's still with her.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, but
well-
they're also married. So, I mean,
Dude,
that's
you
like
just
a whole...
solved cheating. No one has to cheat anymore. You figured it out.
you just be with the person you want to be with. What's the problem? The only
Are they
thing-
married?
In fact, here's what I hope is going on. I hope that this dude is just like, I'm tricking my wife into thinking that I'm banging Jim Slut when I'm actually banging maid in my own bed. Like, it has nothing
Yeah.
to do with her.
I feel like most bodybuilders aren't like intellectually capable of that level of manipulation.
Yeah, they really,
true.
it's like a one focus mind. But
Yeah.
what I will say is like, oh, go ahead, Rachel.
He's definitely cheating. Sorry.
Okay.
It's the cover up more than the fact that he's working out with this woman.
Yes.
The fact that he was smiling at his phone and ignoring his girlfriend or wife,
Yes.
I don't remember which, and then saying, "Oh, I hid this from you because I knew you wouldn't like it, and by the way, I won't fucking stop." Like he's
Yeah.
cheating.
I don't know that he's actually cheating, but if he's not cheating, he knows it's damn sure inappropriate. You know, like he knows that she has justifiable reasons to be upset.
If he's
At
not
the bare
cheating,
minimum.
it's because this other woman hasn't let him yet. That's it. He wants to cheat. He is trying
Right.
to cheat.
Yeah.
He knows
Well-
knows in his mind that he wants to. In the back of his mind, the front of his mind, I think there's a good chance is like he's lying to himself about it. But it's like, dude, that's why you're going to lengths to cover.
I
it up
don't think
for your
there's
wife.
any blood in his brain at all.
Okay, here's what I think that there's actually a very important factor in my opinion that's missing from this question, and is he recently into bodybuilding, or is this something he's been doing forever? If
Yes.
it's something that he has been doing since before they met for the last, he's 43. If this is something he's been doing since he was a teenager, fine. I don't know. Like that to me, it's like, yeah, okay, like whatever. But however, if he recently got into bodybuilding when he turned 40, for example, that is a horse of a different color for two reasons. One, either he's cheating on you, or B, he's about to murder you and the kids so he can be with, do you guys remember the guy from Colorado that he started like working out a lot, and then he like met a girlfriend, and then he like murdered his wife and kids so that he could be with the girlfriend?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if your husband starts getting hot, you best be suspicious.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not
true.
for you.
Yeah, it's not for you.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's a fair point. It's a fair point in that we have a lot of questions come up on this show to where it's like, hey, I'm bothered by something my significant other is doing, but I think whatever that thing is, there's a big difference between they're doing this thing that they've done since I met them, and they're doing this thing that they just started now. Whatever that fucking thing is, whether that
if it's sleeping with other women.
If it's sleeping with other, you're right.
Oh, so now men aren't allowed to have hobbies.
Yes, I would say that even counts. If you met him at a swingers convention, you're kind of a dick for telling him to stop. However, if you met him at Bible camp, well, you can be kind of upset that he's banging this gym rat. It's kind of that's where I'm at. So I think the bodybuilding thing, if he's been doing it for a long time, that kind of I agree with that, except for he also would have had to have been working out with women too. You know what I mean? Like if that is a thing that he's always kind of done, then I'm not saying she can't tell him to stop, but she's going to have to broach it in a different way than this is the first time you ever started doing it. Just like with the Jonah Hill thing. It's like, hey, man, has she always surfed with other professional surfers that were dudes? Then you can kind of fuck off. Like if she just started doing it now, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it like a prosecutor. I don't think there's enough evidence to charge this guy with cheating. I don't know.
Yeah, it's you're taking it as like the burden of proof.
Yeah, I mean, he's
that's
working out, but he always works out. So like the only new information is that he's smiling at his phone.
And it sounds like he wasn't doing that before.
No, he
To
wasn't.
Shake's point.
He wasn't. And he knows it's fucked up. So like I'm going to agree with both of you guys.
He wasn't.
Okay?
He wasn't bodybuilding before. It's a recent.
I said he wasn't
working out with
smiling
women.
at his phone
Yeah,
before.
doing this weird shit. With
I mean,
working
who
out
told
with
you that he
women.
wasn't smiling at his phone before?
I'm just making
Where
an
are you?
assumption.
Right. It's like, here's the thing. If I'm the prosecutor, I don't think I have enough for a conviction now, but I've got enough for a wiretap. And like,
Okay.
we gotta
Yeah.
keep looking into this situation.
That's-
you know,
yeah.
like.
I think
I'm
we
saying-
get Mike from Breaking
This
Bad
is-
to come over.
Yes. We don't charge him now, but we start tapping shit.
This
we
is
start tapping shit.
pure TJ Holmes and Amy Robach. This is that situation.
We don't know until we see them at the Hamptons in a multi-million-dollar house that they've rented for the weekend.
Yeah.
But you know when you see the video of them talking about their marathon training.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then because they ran like the Brooklyn half marathon together. Those
Well, why
fucking
doesn't
sluts.
she just like meet this woman and just like see what's up? Like,
And Les out. And,
invite her.
like,
No, invite her over for dinner or
No,
whatever.
I liked Rachel's idea.
How is that going to solve things?
I don't know. I mean, you can at least. I mean, keep your enemies close.
Is that why you asked me to run that show with you?
I asked you to run that show with me because I wanted to. It's a lesbian bar, and I wanted the name to be Clip Stimulation.
Clip
That is a damn
stimulation.
good-
Yeah, and I wanted us to
Nice.
use it to get clips.
So I feel like I've given my final advice for this question. What other final advice do we have for this person?
All right. I think you're
tap
gonna,
it like look in, like, keep an eye on it, but also like don't let your mind like run away from you. Like
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe
sure.
do a few meditations, get that in,
Yeah.
quiet the beast. Right? You're pretty on the mirror. Give yourself a high five in the mirror, et cetera, et
until
cetera.
you have like more solid evidence. Like I think you're unwise to be so suspicious.
No, I think he is cheating, and she needs to stop crying and start going to the gym herself.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on board with her also going. I think she should start going to the gym too.
I think her going to the gym is like, and it's not like it's just check it out,
Yeah, I mean, it starts with investigation and it ends with your revenge body.
That's right. That's right. You're gonna beat this lady up, like you're gonna get more jacked. It's gonna be like a '90s milk commercial. It really is. You're gonna take her out. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
My final advice, I guess, would be you're gonna have to make him feel comfortable because you need more evidence. Okay, and so you need to pretend to let it go, but then the whole time you're collecting. Because if you grill him, he's gonna be like, "Oh, dude, I'm changing the passwords on my phone. I'm doing all that bullshit."
But I
It's
do
like,
love.
she's looking.
I love if we put this into a movie, I love the montage of, I can't think of like what the music would be, but I love the montage of her like, maybe it's like, work it, and she's got these little Q-tips and she's swabbing like his gym shorts over, if there's like cum.
Yeah. I'm doing the song Hero by Gloria Gaynor, That's the move. Or Laura Branigan. I forgot which.
But you're right. But she's gathering the clues.
That's right.
Yeah.
She's having one-sided vulnerable conversations, which means he is cheating and she has to leave. That's it.
One-sided vulnerable conversation.
That is her words.
I've been in those before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's having conversations with the gym rat where she's going, you mean your wife still doesn't know you're cheating? And he's like, yeah, I know. She's fucking dumb. What do you want?
One-sided vulnerable conversations to me, that just like reads as like, I was screaming at somebody who had very little to say back.
Yeah. Well, perfect. I think we answered that question. Let's do the next question, but let's do it lightning round style. Just based on time.
All right. We're going to do our last question on the Love Gurus podcast today. People, if you've got questions to write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com. Or even better, watch live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to take our last question right now from the Wild Animals on our Reddit. Oh, and we're doing it lightning round style. So we will read the question, and then we will go around and just give like a quick final advice.
Last question. My boyfriend lied about his age. I'm 32 and my boyfriend's 36.
Wow.
We've
this
been
is
dating
the most petty after like people with real problems.
What are the ages again?
32 and 36.
Oh.
We've been dating for about a year. A few days ago, his ID was on the table, and I looked at it to see his photo. I noticed that his birthday is actually 10 years before what he told me. This means he's actually 46. A key fact that would have impacted my decision to start dating him, i.e. I would have not dated him or even matched with him on the dating app.
Ooh.
I'm figuring out how I feel about it, but I just can't understand why he would continue to lie about it after we met. Did he think I would just never find out? So just to quickly point out, what's very important about this question is that they have been together for a year. This is not a flash in the pan.
Wow.
This is
I'm glad you pointed that out. That's a long time to keep it. It seemed better at first. That's a long time to fucking lie about your age.
She has been dating someone who's 46 who told her he was 36. Sorry. My final advice for this person is if that were me, if I am that either obtuse or that person looks that good for his or her age, that's on me. I should have called it, I can't say anything. I can't break up with you because I myself am, dumb. Or you look that great. I'm not mad. I'm
That's
fine
fair
with
enough.
it.
It's like he's the liar, but you're the dumb one. So it's like I who's really at fault?
You're 46. Oh wow. No wonder you tried to get me to sleep with Vaseline on my face.
Dump this guy so fast. Like,
Really?
no, I have
Really?
no second thoughts about it. Like, that's a crazy lie. Like, to lie
To
about
keep
your
going that long. To keep going for a year.
Well, 10
that's
years
wild.
is like a huge lie about your age.
Yeah.
It's not being like, oh,
It's not
I'm
small.
like 39 when I'm actually
not.
40 or something like that.
If it's a month in, who gives a fuck? But a year is a bit much.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it also means that he's like stupid and has poor planning. Because like there's only one way that this could end,
He's
which
gonna
is
have to
she
break it to her at
eventually
some
finds
point.
out.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I know we're doing this lightning round, so we were trying to make it. We were trying to truncate it. However, what I will say though is that my guess is that there's some other benefit to the relationship. It's he's 40. There's maybe like a sugar daddy aspect a little bit. There's something. It's she's like, oh, now I'm mad that. Because again, like just
But
the
sugar daddy's supposed to
conversation.
be older anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
But the conversation.
She thought she had a sugar cousin. Now she's got a sugar daddy.
But I would
Good for
again
that.
like the conversations of like, that's a lot of lying. That's where'd you go to school? What jobs have you had? Like for him to break down, to modify his resume to say, okay, unless he's just been like a factory worker in Pennsylvania, like that's different. And I don't
Oh, those
know.
guys, you can tell when they're 46.
So that's what I'm saying.
They
I
age
just,
worse than me. It's
Yeah.
fucking wild.
10
know.
years on the
Okay.
line does a lot to you.
anyway, so sorry.
I'm a 22-year-old man. Like, no, you're
Yeah.
not. No, you're not, Gary. You know,
No,
you-
sorry,
Rachel, I can
sorry
see
to interrupt
the
you, Kendall,
gears
but
turning.
you think so, Kendall. You again, sorry to interrupt you, but you think hard pass that this is at like defo.
It's a big lie. It's a stupid lie. Like
stupid.
I couldn't get over it. I would have to.
Yeah.
I
It's like,
miss
yeah.
the stupidity of it before you pointed that out and the pettiness of it because I even get lying about it initially. But the fact that he waited that long and eventually you're going to have to tell her. You know what I mean? Like a
Yeah.
month, 2 months, you're going to
Well,
find a fucking cool way to just, hey,
It's
by
such
the
a like
way,
easily disprovable lie.
Yes.
Like imagine what else he's lying about though.
Right.
You know, like if he can't,
Well-
if it's this big, if it's a 10-year lie
Yeah.
about something that he obviously knows you're eventually going to find out about. What about all the stuff that he's lying about that he doesn't? There's no way
Oh, yeah.
for you to eventually
Well,
find out about.
It's sorry, I keep saying this, but actually now you're bringing up a very good point because now I'm reading Side Chick when it comes to this. Like he has another family. Like he has another
100%.
family.
Oh, yeah.
She's never met any of his friends because all of his friends would be like, "What are you
Yes.
talking about? We graduated in."
Yeah, why are you,
You know,
32
2005
and he's
or whatever.
50?
Yeah.
I wasn't-
I
yeah.
truly
Yeah.
love that you were assuming he accomplished something in the 10 years.
If he had, he probably wouldn't need to lie about his age.
Like, why do you think he looks great? Like, he probably has just been in a basement, keeping his
Oh.
skin perfect and watching cartoons.
Yeah.
That is my theory on him.
Oh, so you think he's like a like a mom's basement dweller type?
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rachel's
Okay.
got a crazy anti-aging infomercial. She's like, listen, people, I got the secret to good skin for eternity. You're not going to like it.
I mean, by this logic, like the mole people would be the most
Right.
attractive people.
You're going to have to be a mole person.
Literally, when those women got rescued from that Ohio guy's house.
yeah.
Oh yeah!
they'd
Oh my
been,
god!
kept in the
yeah.
basement. They looked so much
Yeah.
younger than their actual ages.
That guy'd been going to work every day. He looked like shit.
Yeah.
He looked like shit.
You look
They're dragging him out of there. He's
amazing.
going,
What's your secret?
I just like women with good skin.
Right.
I just like them to have good skin.
Wow.
Maybe she's-
it's Rachel,
Maybe she's born
there's-
with it.
I-
Maybe
yeah,
she was
it's-
trapped in a
there-
basement.
I love the idea that they're then at the next annual like American Dermatologist Conference the next year, and they're like, we have got to promote sunscreen. Look at these women
Yes.
that were trapped in a basement for 17 years. They look amazing.
We need like a new Maybelline commercial for them.
Yeah, yeah.
Like maybe
It's-
she's born with
Rachel,
What are
it.
them
you
out
should be,
there?
You should
Yes.
be like a dermatologist consult. Are you a dermatologist? You should be a If you're not a dermatologist, you should be a dermatologist consultant, and you should pitch this.
And just pitch the kidnapping or loser
Yes.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
We need to
Either
bring,
one
yes.
will work.
We need to bring one of those
all
women.
of these like rich Manhattan women. Oh, you want Botox? How about we just
Right.
lock you in the basement for
Uh-huh.
17 years and then re-release you into society like a
Right.
salmon?
We bring one of those. We bring one of those beautiful basement captives, and we have her like pitch the program. And the program is you lock yourself in our basement spa. It's a spa. It doesn't have Gary who likes feet and stuff. It's a spa. It's like he's not there. He's not there. Like there's it wasn't all fun and games in the basement. I'm sure it was bad down there. Like it wasn't just good aging. But we locked him in our basement spa. 17 years. They come out looking great. That's the move. That's the move.
And how can we be angry at this man when we now know he's survived 10 years
Right.
of kidnapping trauma?
Yes. Yes.
How
He's
can
got
we?
the right to lie for some legit young pussy.
Yeah.
And I just don't think this woman is being fair by expecting honesty.
How I think that actually
Here. Yeah.
how I think that the theme of this podcast should have been how are we going to get them years back, because the first
Yeah.
question about that guy lost 15 years, this guy in the question is losing 10 years. How are we going to get them years back? Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So,
just
good
listen
point.
to The Meadowlands by the Wrens and realize you never will and have a good cry.
Great. Okay. So what other final advice do we have for this question?
Okay, I hate this guy, but not for the same reason she does. I hate him because he's 36. He's 46, but looks 36. I'm 39, but look 49. So I'm kind of fucking bitter. You know what I mean? Like I want him to suffer now. You know what I mean? I think she should throw acid in his face or something. You know what I mean? Scar him up a bit.
Wow.
But that's what I want her to do. However, like for her own best interest, since we're giving her advice, I say sleep with this fella. Don't use condoms or nothing like that. Get pregnant. Have a kid. You need that genetics in your baby. You know what I mean? He was able to convince you, who was admittedly kind of dumb, but he was still able to admit to trick you into thinking he was 10 years younger for not a week, not a month, a whole year. That means he looks good. So sleep with him, have a baby with him, but then you know leave and get married to an ugly man who deserves you.
Awesome. Well, we answered that question. I think we answered all
Wait, I
of
think what would be hilarious for her to do like as a bit is just be like, it's okay. I lied about my age too. I'm 17.
My paws up the street right now.
And then all of a
like
sudden,
Chris Hansen comes out.
yeah, I was gonna say in the background, it's ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his last words to her are, "You look terrible."
Like a fucking geriatric sophomore in high school. What is this bullshit?
I love. Yeah. Well, we answered that
Absolutely.
question. I think we answered all of our questions super
Absolutely.
duper good this week.
This has been an awesome episode. Thank you so much to our guests. Thank you to Rachel. Thank you to Kendall. Thank you to all the listeners out there. Remember, check us out live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Hit like and subscribe. Thank you especially to everybody in the chats. Thank you to Matt. Thank you to Tyler. Thank you to Eugene. Thank you to producer Amy. Thank you to Joel. And until next week, later.